Hey guys, I'm Eric with Extreme Terrain. Today we're checking out the Pedal Commander Bluetooth throttle response controller that fits all 2007 and later Toyota Tundras. Now you should really be checking this out if you want to finely tune your vehicle's throttle response to suit your preferences as well as the driving conditions that you're in. Now back in the day, our throttle inputs were basically a direct linkage by cable between our gas pedals and either our engine's fuel injection system or the carburetors, but nowadays that input is all computer controlled. What does that computer control mean to you? Well, what happens is car manufacturers have a number of considerations, and one of the biggest ones these days is fuel economy, and they need to tune their vehicles for the maximum amount of fuel economy so that they can keep up those standards across the fleet that they offer for sale. Now, tuning for fuel economy is great, and especially these days with rising gas prices, it is a definite benefit. But if you want to enjoy more spirited driving or exercising some complete control over how your vehicle drives, you're basically subject to whatever the manufacturer programs in. Now, Pedal Commander gives you 36 different settings that you can fine-tune the throttle response to perfectly suit your tastes. Now, what Pedal Commander does is it basically gives you 4 different categories: Eco, City, Sport, and Sport Plus. Now each of those modes basically perform how you would suspect based on the names. Now Eco mode, it basically kind of numbs or makes your throttle response a little bit more sluggish intentionally, and that's going to provide better fuel economy, but it also can serve as a valet mode. If you're turning the keys over to a stranger to park your vehicle, put it in Eco mode, and that way you won't have a young teenager hot rodding your vehicle through the parking lot. Same thing, if you have a teenager at home who's learning to drive, you can put it in that mode, and it kind of deadens the throttle response. So while your teenager or your kid is learning how to drive, it also kind of makes it a little bit easier learning experience for them. Now the City mode is basically considered what is perfect for daily driving, and it is what is considered to be the most direct one-to-one ratio of throttle input to throttle response, and is considered to be like most akin to the direct cable input that I mentioned a little while ago that we used to have in our old school vehicles. Now, even in these more tame modes of Eco and City, keep in mind you still have settings in there that you can make the throttle response a little bit snappier, a little bit more aggressive within each of those modes. And what's great about that is you can find the setting that suits you perfectly and leave your truck or car set into that mode. Now with Sport and Sport Plus, that's where you're really getting a more aggressive response out of your throttle. Like I said before, your vehicles come from the factory with kind of basic programming so that no matter how hard you mash on the gas, it's really going to limit the amount of acceleration you experience. Now with Sport and Sport Plus, those really open it wide up. And they recommend that Sport Plus really only be used in off-road situations because your throttle becomes extremely sensitive. Now another nice feature of this particular Pedal Commander is that it is Bluetooth capable, so that means you can link up to it using a smartphone app, and you can make corrections and changes right from your phone. And the nice thing about that is you don't have to mount the Pedal Commander like we have it here on our dashboard. Maybe you don't like the look of it, you like a more clean, kind of sterile look to your dashboard. You can plug this in and then mount it underneath the dashboard or underneath your seat, and basically within arm's reach that you can turn it on if you want to or turn it off. But if you don't want to see it, and maybe you also don't want to have something out in the open to entice a thief to break into your vehicle, keep it hidden and control it with a smartphone app on your phone. Now, backed by a 2-year warranty from the manufacturer, this unit currently comes in just under $400. That puts it kind of in the premium category compared to a handful of other throttle response controllers out there on the market, but this really is a premium unit. And again, it comes with that Bluetooth functionality. And working with the unit for making this video, I can tell you these are really sturdy units. They're put together very well and made out of quality materials, and the fit and finish on them is really top notch. Now, as far as the installation goes, it barely merits even mentioning the installation process, but we do that here at Extreme Terrain. I'm giving it a very basic 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Give yourself about 10 minutes at most to get this installed. You're basically going to unplug the control unit on the back of your gas pedal, and you're going to plug it into your Pedal Commander, and then you're going to plug the Pedal Commander into your gas pedal, and that's it. It gets a little bit more difficult if you want to mount it in a particular place on your dashboard, but the only rule of thumb there is use some of the zip ties that are included in the kit to keep the cabling up and out of the way so your foot doesn't get snagged on it when you're trying to use the gas or the brake pedal. That obviously could create a safety issue as you're driving. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at what you need to do to get this installed. All right guys, now this is the plug here. You're looking at your gas pedal, obviously. Just pinch it here and pull up. And now we're going to install the identical clip from our Pedal Commander wire in there. Then take the other clip from the Pedal Commander wire and plug it into your factory harness. Now we just run the wire where we want to and set up the Pedal Commander where we want. All right guys, now you have a plastic clip here that comes off the back of the actual control unit. I'm just going to set that aside. Now you have some double-sided, you have some Velcro here. What we're going to do is we're just going to stick it on. Stuff is incredibly sticky. And once you separate the back side from your Velcro, just find a good spot to put it. Line that up right there. You simply click your Pedal Commander up into place. And we're just going to demonstrate using this right next to you here. Now, what do you need the app for? You might be asking yourself, well, if you mount this in a location where it's tucked out of the way and out of sight, maybe you don't want thieves thinking it's something you want to steal or break into your car for, or you just don't, maybe you don't like the aesthetic or the look of it. You want to keep a cleaner look to your dashboard and you want to tuck it away. You can just use your phone then. And as you see, as you change modes, the different mode lights will change along with different settings. And within each mode, there are separate little individual settings that kind of fine-tune that mode for you. So if you want to go to Sport, you want to really snappy throttle response and quick throttle response. Now it's set kind of neutral. If you want to even boost it up so that you've got a really strong throttle response and a more, very instant throttle response. As you hit the green plus sign, it goes all the way up to +4, and as you can see, these lights change down here. Or if you want to tone it down. And the neat thing about that is you can just kind of fine tune it the way you like it and leave it set that way, so when you get in the car, it's going to remember that setting for you. And again, you can do that in any of the modes. Switching all the way down to Eco. And this kind of gives you a warning message, because when you switch into Eco mode, it really kind of gives it a sluggish feel to your throttle response. And that's something you want to be aware of if you're in traffic or you expect to be able to hit the gas and get across a busy street or something where there's traffic. It could be a little bit of a dangerous situation if you're not used to how your throttle is going to respond. So it's always a good thing to practice with these different modes as you're driving. But it will, once you once you confirm that you want this setting, it'll put it in that for you, and you can even tone it down even more from there. I know some people that use this mode if it's like snowy outside and you want kind of a sluggish throttle response so you're not spinning your tires. That's a nice alternative for you. But that basically sums up the basics of how this app works. And that wraps up this review and install of this Pedal Commander Bluetooth throttle response controller fitting all 2007 and later Toyota Tundras. And of course, for all things Tundra, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.